Come in.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, can I come in?
Yeah, of course. You're always welcome.
Awesome, thank you. I just hit the quota for the week.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you. I've been having a great week. Maybe even better than yours.
Well, you know I've had a really, really busy week here.
You're having a busy week? How about we get some drinks?
Is that what you think? That I never have free time to do anything fun?
I mean, I just...
You're all good. I'm just pulling your chain, but well, what do you mean?
How about like 6:30 we go out and get some drinks?
Sure. Honestly, I'd love that.
Great, that sounds awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I'll see you then.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
This was one of the most heartwarming short films to film with Tyler. Both Ethan and Jill really gave it all their talent. In the writer's room, we were all so proud of our ability to write such an emotional scene. The nature of Ethan and Jill's portrayal is meticulously designed to tug on the heartstrings of the audience members, as eventually the dialogue plays out amongst the two characters.
Good? Mm-hmm. Well, ever since I became a writer and director, I've always wanted to pull off an expressive and intimate scene like this one. There's always so many questions, like, where do they go to dinner? Do they get intimate quickly? Do they go back to Brian's apartment and have sex? Who knows? It's just like one great big mystery box.
Yeah, when I was originally casted for this role, I felt like this was a dream role. Never had a relationship before, never had sex before, never even touched a woman. So I thought my life was over. And I had no chance or possibility of interacting or with an alternate sex specimen. So, however, my mom paid the director about $10,000 for me to get in this film. So, I'm now close to a woman. So it's kind of nice.
This is my 15th acting role done by directors over the years, and of all of these roles, this seems to be the most simplistic and kind of boring by far.
This felt like one of the most taxing writing experiences that me and my team have ever put this much effort into. It took us like 2 weeks to figure out that we wanted to use the office for the setting of this scene.
The ambient office sound. It's not just a background noise, right? It's a carefully constructed sonic tapestry representing the monotonous drone of the corporate existence and the internal struggle of office life. That's what I feel personally. And the crinkle of that paper, oh my god. That's the sounds of dreams being crushed under the weight of bureaucracy every day.
That was just me shuffling some papers, and we literally shot that scene in like one take.
We spent days finding the perfect paper crinkle.
So this scene has been stuck in my head ever since I immediately got rejected from my first relationship. When you think back to the time a girl just said no to you, you think, wow, that moment will stick with me for the rest of my life. You just fantasize about how that moment could have gone differently in so many ways. Like, I fantasize on how I could have taken her back after she got a restraining order against me. It makes you realize that this entire scene is a metaphor for someone continuously trying to call out, yet in this instance, they're rewarded with a ring from a telephone.
The first thing that we had to come up with in the writer's room was how we were going to accurately portray Ethan's mannerisms. And instantly after we asked that question, one person just blurted out,
Horny.
This was such a profoundly crazy suggestion, but it just made so much sense, and you really wouldn't think of it unless you were a genius.
I'll be blunt, just come out and say it, but I'm not a huge fan of Ricey and his work. Most of his projects just feel way too superficial, and his publicity of them feels way too exaggerated. And honestly, the best thing I could tell you about them is that they're good films to fall asleep to.
I think it's so cool I get to work with Jill. She's so nice and she treats me so nice from a loving woman. I wish I could just hug her all the time and be near her. The director lets me hug her sometimes when I get on set. She even gives me a loving glance the other day, so I think I'm in. I think, to be honest with you, we're meant to be.
No, I didn't give him some loving glance, and I did not enjoy those hugs at all. But Tyler upped my pay, and to be blunt, that's kind of the only reason I was here for the making of this film. Gotta keep my reputation up. Pays the bills.
We knew we wanted to make a story about repressed masculinity and overwhelming femininity, but how do you do that simultaneously? Well, the thematic layering of Brian being stuck behind the glass in the opening shot, juxtaposed to Sarah freely typing, which is a metaphor for men being locked into suppression and giving women that free expression.
Film critics and aficionados will be watching the scene on repeat over and over, just trying to squeeze as much thematic framing and technical prowess. I can't imagine anything topping the charts compared to this. It already feels like a cult classic just talking about it.
Even the door closing is reminiscent of the ending of The Great Gatsby, the loss of a dream, and in this case, the loss of a midweek drink.
I don't know. The best message that I would take away from this film is that 100% of the shots you take, you'll miss. No, that's not it. That's not it. What is it? 100% of the shots that you don't take, you'll miss. That's the one. So, the point there, always try to get out, take a stand, be vulnerable. Let the world know that I am coming for you next. Nobody can stop me. I'll be the next Stanley Kubrick. You put the work in,